Okay, so quick update here. I just got an email back from 3D Robotics from their tech support. Here's what it says. Thanks for contacting 3DR Tech Support. We're really sorry the iPad 5th generation is not a supported device and may not work as intended. My apologies. Please let me know if you have any more questions. Well, I have a question. It's here at the let's see. I know it's a 5th generation iPad because I looked up the model number on the back. And here we go on the Apple website. An A1822 is a 5th generation iPad. And here in the App Store, where you get the app for Solo, here it specifically says iPad 5th generation. So, and now they're telling me that it's not compatible. So, of this large list, what's compatible and what's not? Now I don't know. So, I've written them back and sent them a link to this, asking why don't they update their listing for the app to show that the iPad 5 is not compatible, or remove it from the listing. Why do they have it there? Don't know. This is really, really bad marketing, but I guess it's probably part of the reason the company's failed, at least for, producing things like Solo anymore. Supposedly they're going to focus on commercial products, but I suspect if they do the same kind of things, and can't get this really basic stuff right, outsource a bunch of their manufacturing, they're going to have the same problems that they had with Solo, and maybe even more so because the commercial market won't be as forgiving to them as hobby market. Hobbyists are willing to kind of go the extra mile and get something, realize it doesn't really work properly, do upgrades for it. We have time. I consider myself a hobbyist. I have time. It's to some extent to, even if I have to buy a product, to go through it and upgrade it and make changes to it so it works properly. I kind of expect things not to work properly, but this is just ridiculous. We're talking about a $400 device that you buy to be compatible with your Solo, which is packaged and marketed as a completely ready to fly product that's polished and done and is meant for the end user. So this is really, really not acceptable. So 3DR, if you're listening, sorry, but this is a deal breaker for almost everyone that would buy a Solo. So don't like to have negative reviews, but that's the truth for right now. So I'm going to send them this email and ask, how can I know if I buy another iPad it will be compatible? Remember, I followed the list. I specifically went out and bought the 5th generation iPad for Solo. I guess that was a waste of time, but I'm just following the recommendations. Can you provide me with a real list of compatible devices that you will guarantee will work with Solo? See, it doesn't do me any good when they say, oh, that device isn't compatible. Well, okay, if that's true, and their list, and it was on their list, but it's not compatible, how do I know that any of the other devices are? So I'm trying to ask them that and get an updated list that they were willing to stand behind. I went and spent a bunch of money on a new iPad, and I can't use it. So, and I don't really have anything to do with it other than that. So let's see what happens. I'll send them this email, and that it's possible that this incompatibility with the device could be account for at least most of the problems I'm having. Maybe the card is not bad, because today, the thing booted up and fine, and probably 90% of the problem I was having was with the video feed. And I was assuming that because I did have some other issues that it was all related, but it could be that it was a bad RF environment and an incompatible app. And they're telling me that the app is not compatible with the iPad. So anyway, let's find out. here goes sound. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.